Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are now in the final few days of season 3. Season 4 is set to drop next week, and with it we're going to see a ton of new content updates, a ton of gameplay updates, and everything else in between. And today we're going over essentially everything we currently know about the season 4 update and what it's set to bring to Call of Duty. So as we break it all down, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like rating on it. It really does help the channel grow. And if you're new here or if you haven't subscribed yet, every day I got you covered with everything going on in COD. So feel free to hit that sub button. That way you can always guarantee you're up to date. So first things first, when exactly is season 4? Well, as of right now when I'm recording this, it seems like it should be starting on Wednesday, June 22nd. Pretty much Wednesdays are exclusive to the launch days for mid-season updates and seasonal updates now in Warzone. Sometimes we'll get like the Vanguard update on Tuesday, and especially with the upcoming week here, considering we have like a 2-day playlist update and sort of mini event going on for Rebirth from the 20th to the 22nd, it does seem like the 22nd, that Wednesday, is going to be the prime launch date for season 4. Of course, that could potentially end up getting delayed. You know, all the dates for seasonal launches are sort of pending until it's about 5 minutes before the update, but we can assume the 22nd is going to be that start date for season 4. And with that, what exactly is season 4 bringing to Call of Duty? Well, we've got new content for Warzone, new content for Vanguard, potentially even some new content for Cold War as well. Let's start first with Warzone though, since that's the main draw here. We've got some, I guess you could say, very ambiguous details on some significant map changes coming in season 4. Throughout various developer meetings that I've had the chance to sit in on with Raven in the past, they've stated a couple of times now that season 4 is going to be massive for Caldera. It's going to see the biggest shifts that it's had since launch during season 4, either at launch or throughout the season. Is maybe like a multi-week update, you could say. The thing is, they haven't really gone into exact details as to what'll be changing on Caldera outside of the fact that there's going to be very, very big changes. Now, we've talked several times on the channel in the past about some potential volcanic activity in the area. Of course, I believe with the season 3 update, I think it was pre-season 3 reloaded, that volcano off the island started to sort of smoke, and you can see that in the distance, sort of looming in the background, a bit ominous, if you will. So to me, that's sort of like a very subtle teaser of saying, hey, you know, something could be happening here. I would expect some major map changes in the way of potentially an actual eruption event or something along those lines. We could see Peak be upgraded or changed in certain ways because of that. But we do know for sure Caldera is going to be changing in some major ways throughout season 4. We also, of course, just learned about the brand new Fortune's Keep map that's going to be coming as well. And yesterday we got the full reveal. They ended up releasing various different POIs, and we had to put the puzzle pieces together. That ended up happening yesterday afternoon. And now we have the full TAC map available for Fortune's Keep. This includes the points of interest of Town, Overlook, Smuggler's Cove, Lighthouse Camp, Winery Bay, Keep, Terraces, Graveyard, Gatehouse, and the Grottos. So the map honestly looks pretty interesting. Clearly it's another island. It seems like it has the general color scheme of like Caldera and whatnot, but I'm very curious to see how this plays. It looks to be a little bit bigger than Rebirth, and should be a fresh new experience for sure. Now, on top of the map reveal from yesterday, today we actually got a little bit more information on Fortune's Keep. Call of Duty ended up posting a quick little like teaser trailer of the map that shows us off some of the locations. Honestly, it looks vibrant, it looks bright and like unique, I guess is the way to put it. I like the fact that it is a bit different from what we have on Caldera, obviously, even though they're still trying to stick with like the whole island theme and whatnot, and obviously they're going to share some geolocations and stuff as far as like the rocks and the hills go. You could see that from the mini map, but honestly, based off the little teaser trailers so far, the map does look pretty interesting. It is apparently going to be a bit bigger than Rebirth, so I'm curious if we're going to see like a player count update or anything like that. But yeah, Fortune's Keep looking kind of promising. Now, of course, the season's going to have a lot of the usual stuff that we'll see revealed in the coming days. A new battle pass that'll feature some new weapons, new operators. Of course, we have some information on what the weapons and operators will be. We'll get to those here in just a moment, but it'll have all the standard stuff like that, new bundles, basic stuff for every single season. When it comes to the weapons, it's kind of curious because usually like around season 3 reloaded, or any reloaded update I should say, or potentially a random title update just after the reloaded update, we'll start to see some new files added to the games, whether it would be Vanguard or the main premium multiplayer or Warzone, that are related to the upcoming weapons. But we really haven't seen much of that happen throughout this season. What we do have though is several weapons that we've had leaked in the past that we thought were going to drop in season 2, season 3, and oftentimes is the case with leaks. They surface very, very early on into their stages and don't end up always coming to fruition until several seasons later. So that could very well be the case with season 4. As of right now, according to previous game file updates, there's 3 guns in particular that I have my eyes on here for season 4. Keep in mind, this could easily be subject to change. These weapons could be scrapped at some point in time. They could be waiting for season 5 to drop some of these. Nothing is set in stone until we have that official roadmap. But back during the very early stages of Vanguard, we had the Lee Enfield leaked, and of course this was a weapon in the campaign. And something especially convenient about this leak in particular was the fact that not only the weapon files leaked, but also camo challenges were leaked as well, which meant that the weapon was, you know, somewhat far along in its developmental stages. So we all assumed they'd be coming in like season 2. Obviously it didn't happen, but that's still a possibility here, especially because we haven't really seen many seasonal weapons or DLC weapons outside of rifles and SMGs. Like, it seems like those are always the DLC weapons for every season. So potentially seeing a marksman rifle or a sniper in the Lee Enfield could be pretty interesting. Also, the Shisho LMG, that was leaked quite some time ago as well, and we have still yet to see that. And again, that's something that's not a rifle or an SMG, so perhaps they are trying to change up things there, and maybe they dropped that at long last. And then probably the most curious one happened a few weeks back. We got rumors, we got some leaks about the F2000 appearing in the Vanguard files. Now, as far as like the true to the time period stuff goes, the F2000 wouldn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense for Vanguard, but with MW2 on the horizon, you already know they're going to be promoting the heck out of this game in-game between Warzone and Vanguard. So if you remember back pre-Vanguard, we've had things like the STG and the M1 Grand appear in the game a little bit early for us to use. Perhaps they're going to use the F2000 as like some marketing material for MW2. Kind of a weird gun to do marketing material with, but it's very possible that that's the case there. Or who knows, maybe they're going to throw it into MW 2019. We're going to have to wait and see, but the F2000 was found in the game files for what it's worth. Also, real quick before we move on to the operators, I see a lot of questions about Vanguard Zombies camos happening in Warzone, and the last that we heard about them was again in a developer meeting with Raven, where they said they plan on adding Vanguard Zombies camos sometime before season 5. They wanted to beat their record of adding in the Cold War Zombies camos in season 5 last year, so they said the bar was set very low. So season 4 is the last opportunity for that. Either season 4 launch or season 4 reloaded, we should be seeing the zombies camos finally added into the game at long last. Little late, I won't lie, kind of a bummer when we only have, you know, season 4 then season 5 to go before MW2 is here, but they should in theory be coming this season. Now, of course, with the operators, we usually see 3 of these every single season, and a couple weeks back, we actually had 3 names in particular leak out, so it does appear those would be the 3 for this season. We've got Butcher, who obviously we all know. Then we also have 2 names of Callum and Ikenna. We don't really get much else outside of their names. Obviously, Butcher, though, being a returning character in COD, we know about him. We know what to expect for his operator in general. Then when it comes to Vanguard exclusive content, we have a few things here. We do know for sure that Shino Numa should be debuting as the new Zombies map. It should be round-based, I believe, as well. I don't know. Vanguard Zombies, kind of a disappointment in my opinion. But then for multiplayer, USS Texas is back in the files yet again. If you've been following the leaks all year long, it was in the files, then it was out of the files, then it was back in, but it was just a placeholder file, then it was back out, and now it's back again. So perhaps we see USS Texas finally return. Then also there's been some word of gun game coming to Vanguard multiplayer as well, so that could potentially be a new mode for the season 2. Then lastly, Cold War could potentially be seeing some updates in season 4 as well. Of course, just a little while back, we had the Scythe Melee partially released. It was live for like 3 hours, and then they took it out and said it'll be released at a later date. I would imagine that's sometime in season 4. And then with that update that actually accidentally added that Scythe Melee weapon into the game, a lot of the leakers and data miners in the community were talking about how firing range has apparently been in the files before. Like a general consensus of the data mining community was that firing range should be added at some point soon as a returning map. So we could be seeing that in season 4 as well. Although the Cold War updates are very sporadic and random, so it could be season 4, it could be season 4 reloaded, it could be 2 days before season 5, it could be in season 5. It's kind of hard to predict with that game just because it's no longer the main COD, but we should expect some updates here and there for that. And that being said, that's effectively everything we currently have on Season 4 for Call of Duty between Warzone, Vanguard, and surprisingly Cold War. And that's going to wrap things up for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you're new here or if you have not already subscribed, each and every single day I got you covered with everything going on in COD. News, updates, loadouts, tips, you're going to find it all right here. So feel free to hit that sub button and turn on those post notifications. And as always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code WhosImmortal for a spicy discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products. And the links for all those can be found down in the description below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy. Have an awesome rest of your day. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.